I'm coming on here live to talk about some things I've been working on. This is just straight passion for multimedia. You got any questions or any comments about multimedia that you're interested in? As far as like some of the tools that we use for multimedia, feel free to comment, ask me a few questions, send us a few questions. We're gonna be posting our information soon, so you can email us or contact us with some of your questions or some of your suggestions and referrals as far as what you might want to see on some of my channels and platforms. As you see, I say I film every day, and that is my advice or suggestions to anyone interested in live streaming, multimedia. It is so many tools. I mean, it's like every day there's a new tool that makes it easier to live stream. When the pandemic first started, everybody was doing music, radio shows, playing. We was all pretty much playing the same music. Like I always say, it's only an exceptional few that I listen to on live stream. We also had a lot of shows come up from the dance community. I see some good work taking place in the dance community as far as going out on location, shooting video. I like to watch those videos because not being out for several reasons, including what's out here, I get a chance to still see some fascinating, exciting dance. I like to watch a lot of tutorials on how you live stream. What I haven't really delved into was doing the live stream interviews, etc., because sometimes that's hard to keep that flow going. And depending on your content, you have to be able to keep that content flowing. You usually ran out of content, so it was repetitive. You might have seen the same people on my site, on USA, on Shy. I've always pumped creativity. Be a little creative in what you do. Try to do it every day. Be passionate about what you're doing. Be dedicated. Be resilient. Don't let nobody stop you from your dreams. You got, as my man Damian Dash used to say, culture vultures. You got dream snatchers. You got antagonists. You got pessimists. I mean, you got so many things working against what you may want for yourself in this world. And I'm speaking from experience. I'm speaking that once I grasp my passion, which is what you see me do here, whether I do it as a hobby or occupation, whatever my interest is, once I grasped it and knew it was for me, I can't tell you the adversity that I've experienced from even people close to me. But I stay true to my passion and never get discouraged, because, as they say, when one door closes, another door opens. Sometimes God takes you out of your comfort zone. So you may be comfortable making flyers, and then he may take you somewhere else. It's okay. You made enough flyers. Now I want you to specialize in lights. And that's pretty much how I learn most of the things I learn, or learn programs, to now it's almost automatic, because something is always taking me somewhere else. And you're going to run into opposition. You're going to run into opposing forces. There's always a negative and a positive. And sometimes it's the people closest to you. It's the people that you really never expected. But as I always say, humanity has a history of deception, betrayal, all of that, pessimism, you name it. But it also has a history of the positives, optimism, belief, faith, love, all those things. It depends on how we want to see it. So when I'm dealing with my passion, regardless of all the negativity I've ever ran into, I'm like, you can say no, do whatever you want to do. But guess what? God said yes. If he blessed me with a talent and an ability, he said yes. So when you can't do something on the left platform, there's a right platform. I can't sometimes deal with the opposing forces. I mean, it's like, it's more of it's not stopping you. It's like an irritant. I guess like in the Bible where they say it's a thorn in your side, because without that thorn, you wouldn't need God. You wouldn't need the word. You wouldn't need to meditate or to study or to focus or to be resilient without that thorn, without those, I guess the young people call them haters or distractors. Without them, you wouldn't need to have a healthy spirit or motivation. See, it's people that's watching you when you playing on Instagram, or when you talking on Facebook, or when you creating projects, or they watching your blessings. Everything about you. It's people that don't want you to have that, so they have a opinion, whether it's negative, because you got people that want you to have that. It's people that clap when you win. It's people that want to use your skill set. It's people that's clapping and pulling for you. So we have to be mindful of that in our experiences. I see it like being in a football game or baseball game or stadium or something. You got two opposing teams, and life is the same way. One group of the people clap when one team score and boo when the other one score, and vice versa. I think life is the same way with optimists and pessimists when it comes to individuals and those who focused on you for whatever reason, or focused on your blessings for whatever reason. And some people clap for you and some people boo. So it's not like, don't get caught in your feelings and be all broke up because some people booing. It's people boo at every stadium. The next best basketball game you watch, football game you watch, I don't care how fascinating, exciting the player is, how many touchdowns they score, how many passes they throw, it's somebody booing. And life is the same way. But listen to all them cheers. Sometimes those cheers are so loud you can't even hear the booing. But when you hear the cheering over the booing, why stop? Why question? You understand? So I'm going to stay passionate about what I do. I film every day. And that's why I'm on here today, is to be encouraging and inspiring to those passionate about video. So even those that got their little cell phone and you just out on location capturing your footage, and I'm sure you go home and have an idea, because I used to do it. Let me put an intro on here. Let me put this on here. Let me try this. Let me try that. And you got so much stuff to choose from now. Hey, I'm proud of you. Keep doing what you're doing, and don't let nobody discourage you, and don't let nobody stop you. Keep being passionate. Film every day. Live stream every chance you get. Learn software every chance you get. Do what it is that you're passionate about, and enjoy your life, and give your testimony, the good and the bad. I'm not here to be perfect. Like life is just so perfect. I'm not here to be judgmental. I'm here to say that whatever you do in life, just do it and enjoy it. And don't be waiting on tomorrow, because some people today, tomorrow ain't coming. And I know that my tomorrow might not come. So whatever your idea is, or whatever your passion, do it today. Don't wait on tomorrow, because tomorrow night might not come. Now, I had a post up that said Dan Land Pro 2022. That's a hope, a prayer, and a wish, because who said they ain't gonna make it to 22. You get my point? Don't take life for granted. Don't take God for granted. Don't take nothing for granted. We have a history of taking things for granted. I don't want to take nothing for granted, but take it as it comes, because each day that you wake up is a blessing. Now, I remember this guy at church who taught me about the word pontificate. And I never forgot it, because I just love the word, because after he told me, I put that in my library, in my vocabulary, and kept it. And I know that sometimes I pontificate, like some of us all do. But this man used to teach me things without knowing it. He's into hunting and fishing, and he grew up in Indiana, and he's always had an impression on me as far as some of the things that he used to say. And he didn't even know that I would take that, and as well versed as I am in different trades, I would learn things from him just in conversation, and even his spirit of always being who he was and enjoying his moment. And I learned that from him. So when you see me being silly, or on Instagram or Facebook, or making a poster or flyer, I learned that from that guy, to express yourself. It's not stop letting people control you and put you in these containers, and got you thinking that this is the definition of whether it's God, money, profession, excitement. They got you living according to their rules, and that's frustrating as hell. And I learned that from that guy. There's a certain discipline and obedience that you have to righteousness, but there's also unlimited boundaries. There's no limit. It's like unlimited when it comes to how does a person really supposed to act. And you got these people telling you to act like them, model your life after them, and they just as human as you are. So when I meet those people who's down to earth and free spirited, I learn from them. Don't let people control you. I don't care what community you in or what they concepts are and perspectives and opinions and views. Don't let them control you. Like the gentleman I learned so much from. He's a very obedient guy and dedicated when he's focused on a particular thing. And I learned that yet he still is able to be who he is and who he wants to be. And I learned from other people too. I learned from another young lady. She's an actor, a theater actor. And she just amazed me, because as soon as I bring up the subject of theater, her eyes light up and she gets so deep into it. And I just like talking to her. I mean, I could go down the list of people I meet every day with positive attitudes. And then I think about some of the controlling environments I've been in. And you sometimes have this mindset like you stuck there. Like, I just gotta be here. I just gotta make them like me. I gotta work with them. And man, God is telling you, no, abundance, the world, Tony Montana. I don't want to be a gangster, but the world is yours. And that's what royalty is. That's what privilege is. The world is yours. So why would I stay in a 5,000 square foot room and worry about this particular group of people accepting me or not, or a neighborhood, or a job, or a school, whatever? The world is yours. There's so many other places you can go and take your gift with you. So you were getting all that drama and all that confliction and controversy. Hey, you don't have to stay there and be all tore up inside, especially if your spirit ain't handling it well. You gotta focus. There's so many other places God might want you to go. He may not want you in that particular environment. He may want you to do work somewhere else. He must have another need for you. You need to go there. Stop thinking these people trying to control you with. I remember you be worried about how you looking. If you look wealthy or rich in a whole room full of broke people. Everybody in the room broke. When I say broke, I don't mean like poor or poverty stricken. I mean broke. Don't own anything. We all go to work. We all work hard for our money. Go out and buy all these material objects to impress each other. And I'm like, one day a revelation just hit me. Oh, none of us got nothing. And we just impressing each other. And a lot of times we got on $5,000 worth of stuff in a $10 room. What kind of mindset is that? And I'm not knocking nobody or being judgmental. I'm telling you how I see me, or how I had to see me, and try to break some of these strongholds. I mean, you would think, a lot of people think, let me give you an example, then I'm gonna shut this down. A lot of people think I go out all the time. I could count the times that I've been out in probably the last 10 years. Yeah. And I could still work in that environment, silent. I can do so many things in that environment. But I think sometimes you stigmatize people, or you stigmatize yourself. You give people the impression that you're still on this page or a particular page when you're not. And there's no eagerness on your part to be accepted or appreciated. It's just, that's a part of your journey that you had to experience to continue your journey until your journey is over. The point I'm making is that stop being controlled and stuck. I think Muhammad Ali said it best, and I'm going to end on this. If you're doing the same thing 30, 40, 50 years later that you was doing 30, 40, 50 years ago, man, you got some meditating to do. Got some focusing to do. Some praying. Really. So I never want to be that guy. I just don't. And I'm going to share my testimony. I'm going to share my experience. I never want to be that guy. Just don't. And you got so many teachers like Ali and others who made these statements to learn from. And we just have to learn from them. So again, I came on here because I like to film every day. I probably edit this, put it up on one of my channels. I like to edit every day. It's like playing an instrument or riding a bike or something. You never forget how to do it, but the more you do it, you back. You know when you feel in that groove, when you back in that groove. So now, when something might have took me an hour to edit last week, I'm back into that 20 minutes. It's still tedious, but I'm back into that 20 minutes and click, 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 click. Now you know where you're going and everything's flowing, and I'm going to grab this, I'm going to grab that, So I just be sharing that on my videos. I'm Dan Land Pro. Remember, Webmaster Dan, YouTube.com. Dan Land Pro, YouTube.com. And The Dan Land Show, YouTube.com. Make sure you subscribe to one of those channels, because a lot of stuff we won't be putting on Facebook. So, till next time, I'm Dan Land Pro. Let me end this as soon as I find out where I want to go. Hey, Tim King, I see you. I see you. Melvin Hughes, I see you.